welcome to this episode of the Gunman Raw. So I made a mention in my last couple of videos that a few people have been missing my Raw videos, so yeah, I decided to start doing a few more. And the one that I uploaded recently was received very well from the fans or the followers. So yeah, let's get back into some more Raw vids. You guys seem to enjoy it, and it actually doesn't take a great deal out of my day to do this style of video. It's definitely a lot easier for me to do this style of video than the kind that I put on my main channel. But keep in mind that on that main channel there's over 500, last time I checked it was over 500 videos on that main channel. So yeah, there's no shortage of higher quality videos if that's what you're into. It was actually funny, like I had a person and he didn't realize that I had this second channel. He thought that this was my first channel, and he left a comment on this channel, Gunman Raw, saying, "Man, I swear your videos used to be heaps better." And yeah, he'd gone and accidentally found the Raw channel. So yeah, it is what it is, but I thought that was pretty funny anyway. So this job here, this is off our Jeep. It's a brand new car. I think it's just been sold, but then the car yard just down the road, actually they spotted a bit of an imperfection themselves. It wasn't even the new customer, like they have to drop it off to the customer tomorrow or something like that, and the car yard actually found a couple of imperfections in this hood, as you Americans would call it. So they decided we really better get them fixed up before they send it off to the new owner. So you can't see the imperfections at this point because it's all been sanded down. You may be able to see them as I start wiping it down with the cleaner, the water cleaner. So I've already wiped this panel down with some wax and grease remover, otherwise known as Prepsol. So I prepped it all up. Pretty basic prep work on this one, just 800 grit on the orbital sander. Basically just treated it like a blend panel. However, there was a few imperfections on the front edge that they didn't even pick them themselves, but down here, like there was little chunks of sealer from the inside of the panel that had started dropping down. So I just thought I'll fix that while we're here. As I say, they wouldn't have even probably noticed it, but it was when I was like lifting the bonnet up, you could really notice some rough edges there. So as I said, like there's a few cut through, so I just decided I'll put a little bit of colour just over that front edge, try to lose it before that line here on the bonnet, so to keep it below there. One more piece of paper here and we're just about right to give it a wipe down with some water cleaner. Basically all the water cleaner is ethanol, which is basically like pure alcohol mixed with demineralized water. So you can actually make it up yourself, which I do make it up myself to clean the guns out with. So to clean my water guns out, I will actually just use my own little mixture. I've got like a 20-litre drum of ethanol in there, and I think it's like a 15-litre drum of demineralized water, and I'll just make a mix up myself to clean the guns out with. But yeah, just for the sake of staying by the book, as far as wiping panels down goes, I just use their cleaner. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but just that way I'm doing it, you know, a bit closer to the book. So what I'm about to use here is actually a Standox branded one. So with these days with the bonnet, I'd like to use 2 wipe-off rags. If I'm using the solvent-based degreaser, Prepsol, as I was mentioning before, like one would usually get me through, but that stuff evaporates up a lot quicker. Whereas this water cleaner, because it's water, like it just takes a little bit longer to vap off or to evaporate out. So here we go. As I say, you might be able to see, I'm not sure if you could barely even see it. Yeah, so I don't know if that's how well that's showing up on camera, but you can just see these imperfections. So this is actually an aluminium bonnet here, or hood, as you Americans would call it. So for whatever reason, I don't know if they've done some repairs on it from factory, and it's yeah, just shrunk back or whatever. But yeah, we should be right to put colour straight over the top of that. So what I'm going to do is wipe some, so what I'm going to do first is actually put some blender down. Some base coat blender, that's in the Bellaria over there. I'll give it a really good tack rag down first, obviously. I'll go over it 2, 3, 4 times. And what I'm doing here is just making sure I haven't missed anything, making sure there's no imperfections on the blend sections. If there was, I would take note of it and make sure I dusted a little bit of colour over that section, but I couldn't see any, so it's looking pretty good. As I say, it's a brand new car, so there really shouldn't be too much wrong with it, but on the other hand, it is a Jeep. So, you know, you wouldn't expect perfection. I mean, they're nice cars, don't get me wrong, but they're just not really known for, you know, the best quality in the world, are they? You know, you're not talking about a GL Mercedes or anything, are we? Yeah, I was actually a bit surprised with how expensive they are. It's like $76,000 was the original price. I think they knocked it down to like 71. But I guess you do get a lot of car. Like, they're a pretty big beast of a car, these things. Anyway, it is what it is, mate. I'm just here to do the paintwork. So I'll get that that belt on of mine and the air-fed respirator. Get that on, and we'll start blowing it down and tack ragging and get some colour down. You stay there. Right, here we go. So that's the colour gun I've got here. That's a Devolver GTI Pro Light Gunman Edition. What a great gun that is. Make sure that that gun's spraying properly, which it is. It should be, because I only cleaned it out an hour ago, but always it's worth checking, especially when using this water-based paint. Sometimes you can get like a little bit of something caught up within the fluid tip, between the fluid tip and the air cap on your spray gun, or even in like one of the holes on the air cap, and it can stop the gun from spraying properly. And once you get this stuff down, there's really no stopping. So if I was to get this down and then find out that the gun's not working properly and then have to go outside and clean it out, it's more of an issue than it would be when I was spraying solvent. So I'll go around these edges just to make sure there's no drops of that water cleaner, because I've sprayed it on. Sometimes it can build up in those little edges, so I'll give that a bit of a wipe blowout, as you can see there. Crank the pressure up, give it another go. So yeah, so far with this Bellaria, this is a classic class. This is a gun that actually got second
on my top 10 recently. So go back down to 2 bar, that's all you need. Nice size sound on it, not too big, not too small. So this is actually a mixture of fast and normal blender. I like to do that. And it's actually winter here in Perth, but this grey booth, we like to leave it up nice and warm just to, when you do get the base coat down, it sort of dries it nice and quickly. But yeah, you don't want it to dry too quickly, so I don't know. I just find that a 50-50 mix is a nice happy medium for me anyway. But as I say, mate, you do you. If you find something else works better for you, I don't care. You do what you want to do, man. All power to you, mate. So yeah, I reckon like that's where I go. I'm not going to hang around and talk too much shit. Got to keep moving with this stuff, you really do. That's covered it all up. That's first coat. And hold it back a little bit on the second coat and just sort of let it drop on. You don't want to take it too far, but if you keep it too small, sometimes you'll see like a bit of a ring and it's too obvious where you've stopped. So you need to use a little bit of room without using too much. As I said, we want to get a bit on that front edge. And that's about it, man. That should be all good. So yeah, I just use those little 200ml TPS pots. The colour name is Granite Crystal and the colour code is 099. So the next thing I do is get this airline over here that somebody's dropped on the floor, and then we'll get my blower. I love this Devil's air blower. It really pumps a lot of material over the panel, and I'll just crank that up to full bore, man. Sometimes I'll start it up a little bit slower and then crank the air pressure up later on. But basically I'm going to stand here for probably 3 to 4 minutes. It's really not going to take long. I may as well sit here and just show you guys how long it takes to flash off, but I think I did that in the last video, and yeah, it really doesn't take too long. You can see here it's already starting to dry off there. It's here starting to exhale. So as I say, I'll be back with a few minutes with some clear in the gun, mate, Bonnet. Rightio, so back to it. I just went out and mixed up a little bit of clear, so I mixed up 700ml because that's one hell of a big bonnet. And yeah, we're right to go. So stand up, standard clear in the gun. And I've got my Pro Light T21.4 Gunman edition. Let's do this. 2 bar, or maybe a bit below. Yeah, so I found with this Sando Blue that you get really nice clean jobs. For whatever reason it is, they come out a lot cleaner than solvents. Well, I mean, you don't have to work it as hard basically to get a clean job with Sando Blue compared to most solvent systems I've ever used anyway. So yeah, we'll give that a couple of minutes This is going to come up killer, man. Any of those very small bits of dust, probably fill them up in the second coat. So I'll flick that camera for a couple of minutes and let it flash off, and I'll see you here in a sec. Rightio, so let's finish this job off here. And I've found that if you hold the gun back a little bit, see, I would usually actually hold the gun a bit closer, but to get it look a little bit chunkier and thicker, I'll hold that gun back a bit. Also, having the pressure a touch lower than 2 bar helps, I think, too. Yeah, that's pretty clean, man. That is pretty damn clean. There's really only a couple of nibs in that. Got a nice, got a Jeep looking finish to it. Yeah, look, there's a couple of big ones, but I've always rathered like a couple of big bits of dirt or big nibs in your job than like 100 little ones. That's really not going to take too long to polish up in the morning. You see, there is a couple here and there. It's not perfect, but it's good. It's real good. Gunners, I'll see you in the next one. Coming out. Woo! Love this shit, man. Love it. Woohoo! And why wouldn't you love this, man? Why wouldn't you love doing this on the daily? Got the first job in the world, baby. Woo! Ain't done shit.
I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with the Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested. All that aside, I'd just like to say a big thanks for watching, and that is enough to support the channel. But as I say, if you'd like to go the next step, then be sure to check out some of that merchandise. Thanks for watching, and until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.